Yes guys, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Conan and today I'm going to explain to you why online training is far more superior than in-person training. And now I know what you may be thinking, this guy is probably super biased, he's an online fitness coach, of course he's going to say that. I want to give you some context. So I've been into fitness since 2013, 2014, started when I was a teenager, and then throughout my entire teenage years I kind of did some trial and error. I did a bunch of research online, read books, implemented it on myself, and then fast forward a couple years down the road, I got my certified personal training certificate and I started training people in person. I absolutely loved it. However, I did notice a couple of things that definitely were not ideal. And so as an in-person trainer, I definitely do think that, especially if you enjoy the one-on-one communication, is absolutely amazing. Do not get me wrong, I think that is also massive. But now where this kind of goes wrong is that, sure, you may be there with your trainer for, let's say, an hour, a couple times a week, right? Depending on how many times you kind of schedule that with your trainer. However, the other 23 hours out of the day, the trainer has no idea what you're going to be doing. They don't know what your lifestyle habits are like. They don't know how much sleep you're getting. They know nothing about your nutrition, which, by the way, nutrition is going to be, I would say, 80% of all the results that you would see in total. I would say training is only a small little portion of that. They don't know how much you're sleeping. They don't know how many steps you're getting in, your cardio, all this stuff, right? And so one of the big limits that in-person training does not offer is the 24/7 accountability. Now, as an online fitness coach now, I get to monitor everyone, what they do all the time. I know it sounds creepy, but I do really think that the more things that we can measure, the more ways that we can actually improve and the more ways that we can win, right? So instead of just monitoring your workouts now, for example, we actually have to keep track of your weights, your reps, and then over time making sure that we're progressively overloading, getting stronger through our own customized fitness app, which just makes the entire workout experience so much more efficient. And then, hey, let's say your schedule right now is super hectic, it's all over the place. It's with a trainer you have to be there at a specific time at a specific location, and it allows for no real freedom, right? You have to be there specific time slots, specific location. But then let's say you're stuck in traffic, or you have a business meeting that you have to go to, or something with the kids went wrong. It's it kind of, you have to reschedule, right? And it's instead of not going to the gym completely, you could simply go afterwards, which probably would not be the case if you were to be with an in-person trainer. But with an online fitness coach, if you simply just have the app on you, you can do the workout whenever you want. If some days you want to work out first thing in the morning, go ahead and do that. If other days you want to work out late at night, go ahead and do that, right? So having that flexibility allows you to work out whenever you want based on your schedule, especially if it's a floating schedule as well, right? And so, like I mentioned, the increased accountability is going to be absolutely massive when it comes to online, because now not only do we get to see your workout, we also get to keep track of your daily nutrition, right? We get to keep track of your calories, your macros, making sure that we actually hit our required goals. And then also I can look at exactly how much you're eating, and so I can give you some tips and tricks to say, hey, if you notice that you're hungry all the time and you're eating X amount of food, hey, let's try to swap this food for this specific food, which actually has less calories but a lot more volume, which means it'll help you stay fuller for longer, right? Small little stuff like that, an in-person trainer does not monitor, and honestly, they probably don't care either, right? They're just there to be there with you for an hour, and then once you leave after that hour, they're on to the next person, right? And then on to the next person. So it's really difficult for an in-person trainer to really get to know you, and then also really make sure that we're making progress every single week, right? On top of that, making sure that our sleeping habits are on point, because as you guys know, sleep is going to be absolutely massive when it comes to recovering from your workouts, and then also growing the muscle that you're looking for, and also losing the belly fat, right? So making sure that we monitor your sleep is going to be absolutely essential for you to see progress. Alongside that, your daily cardio, right? It's sure, you may be doing cardio with your trainer, but then your trainer doesn't really have to watch you to, let's say, 30 minutes on the treadmill or whatever, right? And so that is why we like to keep track of your daily steps through either a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, or just using your phone as well, for instance. And now if you do hit your daily step count goal, you just simply check it off the app, and we know exactly how many calories you're burning because of that, right? So that's another thing. And like I mentioned, the flexible scheduling, you can do your workout anytime, you can eat your meals at any time. And then the last thing here is also going to be the accountability, right? And so the weekly check-ins are going to be massive. And honestly, that is the biggest game changer that I noticed personally from switching to in-person to online training. It's just having at least one a week, a one-on-one coaching call with the other person to make sure that, hey, How are you feeling? How are the workouts going? How is the nutrition going? How's your sleep? How are your stress levels? How is life with the wife, with the kids, right? Asking all these questions and making sure that the current program we're on right now is actually tailored specifically towards like their needs, their wants, and their preferences. And so by having that one-on-one check-in call definitely adds a lot more accountability to your program and actually makes you want to like not mess up, right? Because if you know that at the end of every week you have this check-in call with your coach to look forward to, it's like, okay, well, during the week I might as well like really make sure that I stay on top of my stuff, right? And hey, let's say you don't, it's all good. We'll kind of like reassess and we'll kind of create a new game plan that kind of like fits better within your specific needs, right? The personalized programs as well is also going to be absolutely massive. It's having like a cookie cutter program that in-person trainer may give to everyone. The online coaching is going to be very specific based on what exercises you want to do, what equipment you have access to, whether you want to do workouts at the gym or want to do them at home. All these different things we take into account to make sure that you actually enjoy your workouts and most importantly actually can do them as well, right? The continuous monitoring through progress pictures, making sure that we submit our progress pictures every single week so we can see amazing physical changes just like this one. On top of that, making sure that we keep track of your weight, which in-person trainers probably do not do, right? And so making sure that we keep track of our progress pictures, our weight, and make sure that we do our check-ins as well. Going to be absolutely amazing. And now one thing as well that I noticed is that it is a lot more cost efficient because hiring an in-person trainer, again, the industry average typically is like really, really expensive based on how many sessions you want to book in. Like if you want to do, for example, 6 workouts per week, it's like you have to pay the trainer 6 times for a week, right? Whereas if you maybe only want to do 2 sessions, you only have to pay them twice. But when it comes to online training, you can do unlimited amount of sessions for the exact same cost again. So you don't have to pay the trainer more based on how many workouts you want to do. Yeah, like you could literally do, let's say, 20 different workouts in a week, which definitely is not sustainable, would not recommend. But hey, if you want to do 20 workouts in a week, the price would still be the exact same. You don't have to, or you don't have to get charged by your trainer 20 separate times, right? So it is definitely a lot more cost efficient. And I think with all of this said and done, I would definitely say that the package you get from online training is far more superior than in-person training. And I haven't even talked about the community and support network. In most online coaching programs, they also have an amazing community that are filled with like-minded people just like yourself who are also on their weight loss or muscle gain journeys. And just being around that environment makes such a big difference. I'm a firm believer that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And now with an in-person trainer, you're simply just there with your trainer, which sure can be kind of motivating. But then actually seeing other people in the same community, in the same program, working towards similar goals, it's like, oh my God, that is huge. I'm a huge fan of mentorship as well. I've always had a mentor in my life, whether it was like when I first got into fitness, hiring a fitness coach, or when I now want to like really like grow my business, hiring like a business coach. Like I'm a huge fan and a huge proponent of just hiring mentors and hiring people, because you can either win in 2 different ways, right? You can either, or let's say you can pay with 2 different ways. You can either pay with time, right? Which I kind of learned the hard way when I first got into fitness. I paid with a lot of time and also I wasted a lot of money just trying to figure this stuff out on my own, right? It wasn't until I got into kind of like getting into the certified personal training course, when I did my own research and did research by studying the books, when I actually started to like learn a lot more, a lot faster. Sure, I had to spend a lot of money on that, but it was an investment and I got to my desired result a lot faster, right? Or you can pay. So you can either pay with time or you can pay with money, right? And when you pay with money, you actually shortcut your way to success. And money is obviously an infinite resource. Money gets printed every single day, whereas time is the only precious thing that we cannot get back, right? And so if I could restart my journey once and for all again, I would 100% recommend my younger self to stop figuring this stuff out on your own. Stop wasting all this time and energy. I literally wasted years and literally wasted thousands of dollars on different supplements, different cookie cutter programs, just like all these different things. And I could have just like used my money wisely towards actually getting into my personal training course, and I would have seen results after literally just a year, as opposed to maybe wasting like a decade trying to figure this stuff out on my own. It wasn't a decade, it was more like 6 or 7 years, but still. You guys really see the power of just investing your money so you can get your time back, so you can actually do stuff that you actually enjoy doing with your time, but hopefully now in the best shape possible. So hopefully this made sense. If you do have any questions for me, please let me know, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.